This video is sponsored by Dragonheir Silent Gods. What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video, we got some exciting news. Dragonheir Silent Gods is having its official release on Steam October 26th at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Dragonheir Silent Gods has already achieved over 10 million downloads within less than a month for its global launch. The game is ranked #1 on the download leaderboard in 13 different regions during its official global launch. That alone can only tell you that this game is something special. If you're new to Dragonheir, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's an open world game that incorporates many tabletop RPG mechanics represented by Dungeons and Dragons. Some of these features include stuff like dice rolling, character creation, and thrilling dungeon battles. Dragonheir is the second blockbuster release from the popular creators Newverse, who also brought us the amazing game Marvel Snap. The game is also available on the Epic Game Store, Mac as well, along with iOS and Android. You can link your account so you can take your progress through all available platforms and devices, including Steam. I have a link down below in the description box so you can go ahead and download the game and start your journey right now. All right, so the way this works is we're gonna go over 2 legendary heroes that I think are top tier, one of the best from each different element. We already went over all of the best rare heroes, all the best epics, so now finally we have reached the best legendaries. First, going over the fire, we have some of these names I can't pronounce, specifically this one. Kairos, I don't know. This is the Scorching Shaman for defense. I love this guy's abilities. He has a captain effect for defense. His passive ability is super strong. When his shield is depleted or dispelled or just basically vanishes, 50% of that shield is consumed and made into healing. So he gets self-healing after his shield is expired, which is really, really strong. But the ultimate ability is insane. Might of Gold. Does a bunch of damage, but this is more importantly, right? Dispels all enemy shields. So he completely removes all of the shields from your opponents. This is so insanely strong for PvP and PvE content. I mean, pretty much any content you are playing where your enemy is gonna have a shield, this guy just absolutely obliterates them. One of the top tiers. That's why he is one of the best legendaries for fire. And our second fire legendary is gonna be the Darkfire Rahash. Rahash, I think is how you say it. His passive ability instantly lets any hero who triggers that wild effect to automatically succeed, and then the ultimate ability just pumps out a ton of fire damage, and then if he has that heart fire effect on him, 30% increase to the damage, and then his ultimate just recharges up faster by 20%. That way you can trigger his ultimate even faster. So the whole idea behind this guy is you just want to constantly have his ultimate going off, and he just deals crazy amounts of fire damage. Moving along to the Ice/Frost, we have Lady of Gale Avatar as a captain ability. This though, the passive skill is by far super duper brokenly strong. Changes the weather, it becomes like an icy wind. But more importantly, I want you to look at this part where it deals additional cold damage over time, but enemies whose HP is below 15% will be executed. So they're instantly just destroyed. This is so crazily strong. I mean, this alone, you just get insta kills once you get them below 15%. The other Ice Frost hero we have is Trollgar, Frost Fang. You're also going to be increasing your ultimate ability every time your battle skill hits somebody with Frost. And then the ultimate skill, you jump to an area, deal a bunch of cold damage, you dispel the frost from the enemies, and then you deal cold damage again, but ignoring 20% of the enemy's defense for each frost dispelled. So if you have a bunch of them and you just start removing frost from like 3 different enemies, it goes ahead and it stacks. So then you just ignore all of their defense and it's just like straight damage. Moving along to the Necros, we've got Scarlet Unstill. I cannot pronounce this name either. We got a captain ability. Increase all allies max HP by a percentage all battles, which is really good. So this guy has some really cool effects His ultimate ability, he goes ahead, he summons a Fear Bearer with unlimited duration, so it's just constantly out there. A lot of the Necros that summon have like a hard limit on how long their summon can be out there. It'll be like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, but he has an unlimited duration, so it's constantly out there. Deals AoE Necro damage. But then if we take a look at the passive skill, because the passive skill goes hand in hand with the ultimate, each ally who summons a unit on the battlefield, so you're going to have him paired up with other summoners, it's going to grant 1 stack of Abysmal Pact to the Fear Bearer that you went ahead and summoned. So you're just getting 25% extra, and this stacks up to 5 times. So I mean, you can get over 100% extra damage bonus to your summoned Fear Bearer. So really strong, one of the top tier summoners in the game. Next one for Necro, we have the Treader of the Dead, Berengar, but this guy basically becomes a brick wall with all of his skills. His passive skill creates an evil aurora around the hero. He heals every 0.3 seconds and reduces damage dealt by enemies within range. When he's healed, he gains extra max HP equal to 100% of the healing up to the original 50% max HP. So like as this guy is healing, his max HP is just increasing. So you see like this, you get this like weird effect of just having this constant flow of HP going and increasing. One of the hardest tanks to really take down because he just constantly is taking reduced damage and healing. And then the ultimate ability does necro damage with a chance to inflict recharging speed penalty and a chance to go ahead and inflict healing reversal. So the healing received will be converted into damage. So I love this. This is one of the most unique effects in the game. And I believe this is the only hero that has it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the healing reversal is such a devastating thing. Next one we have for Radiant, aka Light, is Sunrose Acelia, defense. She's got a captain ability. We get allies resistance by 65 in PvP battles. Typically, a lot of healers are usually ranged and kind of like on the weaker side, and you put them in the back and you have to kind of protect them. But she's more tanky. She's more of a tanky healer who can be up front. Ultimate skill dispels all debuffs on all allies, grants them debuff immunity, then casts a spell to heal all allies. So now we're getting the heal all allies everywhere, regardless of range. So just a really solid front liner who gives you tons of healing. Next one for Radiant, we have the Knight at Heart, Sagamir. For our captain ability, we get an increase in our defense for PvP battles. Passive skill is so cool. Provides a carrot at regular intervals to the ally with the lowest HP, which grants them a stack of recovery over time and recharges their ultimate energy by 20%. So that's why this is like so devastating. The heal over time is like good. The fact that we're recharging that specific hero's ultimate energy is really, really devastating. Moving along to the lightning element, we have the Faceless Garrett. This is for Dauntless. So the Dauntless is like a special thing that goes on. It's kind of similar to like how Fire has Wild, and what he actually wants to do is he actually wants to consume his own HP to deal damage, and because of that it kind of goes hand in hand with his passive skill. So even if he's not necessarily taking damage from the enemy, he's going to be sacrificing a lot of his own HP so that he does more damage. And our last lightning hero we got is the Blackbeak Neschenka, another Dauntless hero. We got a captain ability. We're going to get an increase in our attack. Our passive skill, we're going to gain increase in attack speed as well as crit rate boost based on our attack speed. So as we go ahead and increase our attack speed, we're increasing our crit rate as well. So it's a really cool combination. You're gonna have her jump into the back line and start wreaking havoc on something like your opponent's healers. When allies launch basic attacks at an enemy within the next 10 seconds, however, the hero has a chance to shoot feathers, which deals a bunch of follow-up lightning damage, and we'll get that. Dauntless heroes have a double chance to trigger this effect. If you have other heroes who focus on that Dauntless trait, then you're going to get even more double value from her. Following it up with our last two heroes for the poison element, we got the Trapped Beast Urgander. This is defense. Captain ability, we're getting a percentage increase for our defense in PvP battles. Passive skill, when we take damage, a chance to inflict penalty attack. This is really strong because if your opponent is close to having enough to do their ultimate ability, hitting them with this and bringing it down by 25% can be a huge difference between having a support hero get off a huge heal or having a powerful hero get off a big damage dealing ultimate effect. So this alone, this battle skill, really love it. And our last poison legendary we have is the Ascetic Monk Durango. This guy focuses mainly on putting tons of poison damage on the enemies. We got a captain ability that's going to increase our accuracy in all battles. The passive skill swiftly attacks all enemies as the battle starts, deals a bunch of poison damage with a chance of inflicting 3 stacks of poison. And then for the ultimate ability, launches a bunch of attacks, deals poison damage with a 100% chance to put 2 stacks of poison. But more importantly, what I really love about this, ignores a percentage of the enemy's defense, of the target's defense upon successful crit hit. The higher the crit rate, the more benefits you will get from the ultimate and the battle skill. That is some of the best legendary heroes from each faction. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace!